Hey, BookTube. Um, I wanted to make a response video with discussion down there about Steve's response discussion video to Ariel Bassett's res- no, just discussion video. She wasn't responding to anything. Her video was about competitive reading, as was Steve's, but Steve started to focus more on being relevant, which made me immediately realize how not relevant I was. And the reason being is I'm reading a book from the 30s, a book from the 80s, and and another book from the 30s. And the most relevant book I'm reading is Paperbacks from Hell, which is about books from 30 to 40 years ago. So, I just want to talk a little bit about, I guess, why I'm reading this stuff and why I don't read new stuff, I guess. Well, a lot of it is, well, let me start with why I started this channel in the first place. I started this channel because I read a lot of stuff that not many people read, well, at least anymore, and I was just looking for some sort of community. I just wanted to find people who were into the same stuff that I'm into, and who are reading kind of the same books. And when I first found BookTube, I was looking for someone to be doing a channel like this channel, because I wanted to start conversing with other people who read old crap. And so that was like the intent. But I don't know, like a lot of the, like when I first started reading older stuff, it was kind of hard boiled detective stuff, at least in the realm of here. But I think that to me is like, it's kind of like the same reason why people read like Regency romances. Like there's a time period that they just find very charming and kind of wonderful. And I love, whether it's like a rainy New York or not rainy LA, the whole I don't know. It's like I don't, the whole idea of life before cell phones, life before cameras on every corner, but still advanced enough to where, like, the majority of stuff that we do today, you could have done back then. Like, go to the movies, drive a car, fly a plane. And a lot of that stuff was still relatively new then. And it was kind of, what's the word I'm thinking about here? It was kind of like new and chic to like go on a vacation, like where you would fly to another country, or go on an adventure where you would fly to another country, or just that whole thing. My dogs. But I don't know. It's just, I mean, even going back to like Batman, the thing, my favorite thing about Batman isn't all of his tech stuff. I actually very much dislike that. It's okay. Everything's fine. Oh, Fred's right here too. I really don't like the Batmobile and all of his gadgets and all the computer stuff in the Batcave. Like, I just like this agent of justice going in the dark and foiling bad guys and stuff. But and that's just me. And like, yeah, there are authors who are doing stuff like that now. Um, but for the most part, um, a lot of those authors I'm fairly new to, and because of how my OCD works, I have to read their stuff from the beginning and then go through. Like, I can't jump around. It messes with my head. So, like, Max Allan Collins is still writing great books, but I need to start at the beginning of what he was doing. So, like, I mean, now I think I'm in like the 90s with the most of the stuff that he's done, at least with the series of his that I am in. But I know there's some other stuff that went back in the 80s that I'm gonna have to go back to. So, so there's that, and the reason why I haven't really jumped on the bandwagon of newer stuff is because when I started buying books, like when I started like collecting paperbacks, I wasn't going to Barnes and Noble. I wasn't going to I guess that's the only place you could go to now, Barnes and Noble. But I was going to like really weird, eclectic LA bookshops that had like specialties in certain stuff. And I would like go through there until I found like a cover by an artist I recognized, or an author that I'd never read but I've heard a ton of, and then I would just start collecting everything by that cover artist or by that author. And so it became more of a hobby besides just the reading, to collect. Like, for instance, of course I'm doing Edgar Rice Burroughs right now, but the Ballantine books, the Edgar Rice Burroughs Ballantine books, I love the way these look. The Del Rey, which is still Ballantine, but the Del Rey books that have the Michael Whalen covers are also kind of cool, but they are. I prefer these ones, but because I have so many of these ones, I want a complete set. So things just get crazy when you start collecting, and like my Raymond Chandler stuff, like I want all of the Penguin. I don't remember what they're called. They're not essentials, I don't think, but the ones with the cool covers, you know. But then I saw these other covers that I think came out in the 70s, where they'll have like a red, it's like a black and white picture with like a pink or a red circle over someone's eyes, and it'll say private. Like, I want those too. Those are amazing. And I won't show you, I guess, but like I'm also trying to collect all the Neil Adams cover Tarzan books. So it's like everything's like searching for the books and finding the books is as much of a part of reading the books as reading the books. That was kind of dumb. But so I think the one thing that I have kind of failed at in my BookTube channel, because the hunt is such a big thing for me, and I haven't been showing the hunt. I think I need to do more videos about that, where I'm actually going out looking for books, getting all kind of crazy and all that other stuff where I need to like get like, oh man, you should see me when I'm shopping. It's ridiculous. I'm like a girl at a shoe store. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, so the main idea here is relevance, and the competitive reading was like I need to read all these new books so my channel could be as good as so and so's channel and get as many views as so and so's channel. Even if I'm not really into this book, I have to like read it and read it faster than so and so my video could go up first. And like when I hear it like that, it almost sounds like I might not even like it, but I have to kind of say that I do so people don't get all pissed off and all this other jazz. And that makes me sad because like if you're like an entertainer and you're doing a BookTube channel for entertainment purposes, and there are people out there that do that, and you could question if they're even reading the books that they're reviewing. And at the end of the day, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not going to judge how somebody reads a book. But if they want to be a entertainment channel, they should like market themselves as an entertainment channel and not so much a book review site or something like that. But I have met a lot of really cool people from doing this, and I'm very antisocial. Like right now, like this me you see, I could only be like this because there's something in between you and me. Like when my band would tour, it was okay because I was on a stage. When I was doing film, like if I was doing a movie or something like that, there was a camera between me and the crew, you know, or a camera between me and the actors, you know. But I'm very antisocial, and I'm really trying hard to be more of a friendly, outgoing person because there are some really cool people on here that I want to get to know. You know, like Zoe keeps talking about how she wants to go on vacation. She wants to go on vacation and go stay with Peg for like a week, and that would be like the funnest trip ever, and it probably would. Um, so that's awesome, but um, I don't know what I'm trying to get at here really now. I just the I am not relevant on BookTube at all, and I want to encourage people that you don't have to be relevant in order to enjoy doing BookTube. And to speak for that, I read like archaic shit. Like the only people that are reading the stuff I'm reading are people who are excavating pyramids and dusting off hieroglyphics, it seems like. So I know this is going to fall on deaf ears, really, because if you're like 20 years old, you're not going to want to take advice from fucking anybody because you're 20 and you're invincible and all that stuff. God, I'm so fucking old now, it sounds like. But anyway, just do what you want to do and have fun with it. The only reason why this is a thing is because this is something we all love to do. And yeah, so don't succumb to peer pressure, guys. Say no to drugs, and this is your brain, and all that stuff. So let me know what you think down below. I would love to chat more about this. And thank you, Steve Donahue and Ariel Bassett, for making something happen so I will spill the insides of my guts out for everyone.